Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to an all-new Talkin Movies. I am your host, the real Geno Reynolds, and today we're going to be talking about a sequel that, I didn't think it needed to happen, but I'm not really surprised that it did. Today we're going to be talking about the sequel to Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia, here we go again. Starring Meryl Streep. We'll explain that in a bit. Eventually there's going to be some spoilers in this one, so just bear with me. In fact, just big time spoiler alert anyway, because I'm sure I'll talk about everything. Oh, and I already know that I'm not going to be able to change anybody's mind about this movie already, so, if I'm not going to be able to change your mind, don't be surprised by that. Set 5 years after the events of the first movie, we learn about Donna's past while her daughter Sophie is trying to reopen her mother's hotel in her honor. Okay, so we'll talk about that her honor thing in a bit. But first, I have to lay out a bit of a disclaimer. I didn't watch the original Mamma Mia until a few days before seeing the sequel. And let's just say that I wasn't really a fan. Much to my surprise, it was still on Netflix streaming, unlike every other movie that has a sequel coming out. Anyway, it's not that I don't like musicals or anything like that. That's not even close. There's lots of musicals I like and stuff, but I just didn't think that it was a very good movie. Well, I can appreciate it for having a lighter tone and some silliness. I like the music of ABBA okay, and the setting was beautiful. I just didn't dig the story and many other aspects of it. I thought the love stories were weak. Some of the scene was pretty bad, Pierce Brosnan, and the plot revolved around a mother and daughter that were supposed to be close, but had issues that could have been solved by just talking to each other, something people that are close, do. And I have to say, it took me 3 sittings just to get through the first movie. So, needless to say, I really wasn't looking forward to the sequel. So, did it change my mind? Did the magic of ABBA's music win me over this time around? No, not even close. Sure, look, like the first movie, there were some things to like in this one. The characters of Tanya and Rosie, played by Christine Baranski and Julie Walters, are hit and miss with their humor in this one, same as before. I will admit that Baranski had a joke involving her lady parts that got the one genuine laugh out loud moment from me. Well, I didn't really dig most of the flashback scenes. The 2 actresses playing the younger Tanya and Rosie were spot on. Andy Garcia can be charming in anything, but if you don't want to see this and want to see him play this similar type of role in something way better, watch Book Club instead. Colin Firth and Stellan Skarsgård return as Harry and Bill, with both of them having some of the better scenes. It's just too bad they're barely in half the movie. I thought the Jonathan, the most interesting man in the world according to Dos Equis Goldsmith cameo was funny. A few years too late maybe, but funny. The sets look nice, more on the locations in a bit. The final song before the end credits was also kind of nice. Again, there were things to like about this one, but then the rest of the movie happened. In the first movie, we heard the story from the character of Donna and other characters over the course of the film about how Donna met and got together with 3 different dudes, and one of them ended up being Sophie's daddy. So did we really need the flashback story? I'd be fine with this plot device if it offered something really new to the story except for some new songs, but it doesn't. That's pretty much all it does. Some of the stuff in the past is kind of funny, but none of it is really needed. Sophie isn't even asking someone to tell her the story or anything like that, no matter what the trailer says. That part's not in the movie. Her character is dealing with putting up with Sky, who seems to be even more of a douche this time around. Oh, and the whole pregnancy thing that you see that's all over the trailers, that stuff doesn't even happen or even come up till the very end of the movie. Oh, and here's something that might make a lot of people mad. Meryl Streep may be all over the marketing and trailers for this movie, but she is barely even in it. You see, we learn at the beginning of the movie that her character has been dead for a year. She only comes back in pictures most of the time and for the final few songs. So if you were expecting more Donna silliness from her again, sorry. That being said, she's in one of the best songs of the movie, so I will give her that. One thing that really bothered me about this one was that, and I can't prove this, but I swear that a lot of this movie was shot on green screen. A lot of the characters just look like they have been placed on backgrounds of the place they were in the first movie. It feels like they couldn't maybe not get all of them together to film it, so they just had to piece it together. I don't know. Again, I don't know if I'm right about this, but if it turns out to be true, I'm not going to be surprised. And lastly, I love you, Pierce Brosnan, but the singing, stop the singing. Okay, look, I know that those that love the first movie are going to love this one too, and those that didn't or even refused to see it won't. I wonder why I even went to go see it. Why am I even talking about it? I've been asking myself that all morning when I was preparing my notes for this. Maybe I thought or hoped my mind would be changed, but come on, I knew it wouldn't. For me, I know that there are way better musicals out there, so I wouldn't recommend this one to anyone but the hardest of hardcore Mamma Mia fans. That's going to be all for this edition of Talkin Movies. If you like what you've heard here, please subscribe to the Real Geno YouTube channel, like this video, and if you have anything to say about this movie, please feel free to leave a comment in the section below. Till next time, I'm your host, the Real Geno, Geno Reynolds. See you later.